as she have commented, is that I have been in Bahrain for 15 years, and I have a lot to testify that I have seen greatness of God. I have not been an easy journey in Nairobi for 8 years, working in construction companies, working in Gikomba, selling Mutuba, walking the streets of Nairobi, that is Dadora, Embakasi, Umoja, all on the route of, these guys usually go aloud as a hawker, selling the clothes. At the end of the day, because of the faith and commitment as a young person, my dream have been high, and I always know that my dream is still valid. If you are the dream carrier by yourself, you need to understand what brought you to Bahrain. Why did you come to Bahrain? Every worker who is in this island, their contracts, they are in LMRA. If you have a doubt, even before you start fighting with your sponsor, even the time you are alive in Bahrain, and you find that there is a different terms, even if you don't have a copy that you signed with your agent back in your country, instead to start a problem after working, go directly to the LMRA, tell them that I am a new joiner in this country, I'm joining this company, I found that what they are telling me is not what it was told back home, I want to have a printout of the contract which is submitted to you, and it must have bear your signature. And many domestic workers, they don't know that they have that right to change from domestic worker and to come and work outside.
Thank you so much for joining us once more on the Daring the Desert show. My name is Esther Leah, and I'm honored to have you viewing my show. I'm honored for having your comments, I'm honored for having your subscriptions, and I'm honored for you sharing the show. Thank you so much. As you know, on this show, we are talking about Bahrain, how to come to Bahrain, how to get jobs in Bahrain, and all how to live in Bahrain, and all information that you need about Bahrain. People are coming here, they're sharing their experiences and also their advices on the show. So thank you so much, and we are honored to have you as our viewer. So today I am talking to one very humble man who has been in Bahrain for 15 years, and he will share with us his experiences, his journey, and he will also as well advise us for more information. Thank you so much for availing yourself and joining us on this show.
Thank you, Esther Leon. You've been a good friend for a number of years now. And to our viewers in Darling platform, first of all is to thank you for being watching and supporting this channel. And it's my humble request that you can subscribe and support this dream for Esther, and so that we can have a better tomorrow. And thank you so much. My name is Evangelist George. As she have commented, is that I have been in Bahrain for 15 years, and I have a lot to testify that I have seen greatness of God working. And thank you for all Kenyans, those who are in Bahrain, and I believe we are together to support this dream to be able to go forward.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having time today to come and sit down with us. Now, I know a lot of people would like to know about you. Where are you from, and how are you growing up? If you can just let us have a little bit of your background about you.
Thank you once again. I was born in Murang'a. Now I think they call it Murang'a County. I grew up there. I started my schooling there, and later I joined in Nairobi to do further studies, and from there I started working as a hustler there. You know, when we say hustler, what it means. Yes. Yeah, so it has been a long journey. It has not been an easy journey in Nairobi for 8 years. Okay. Working in construction companies, working in Gikomba, selling Mutuba, walking the streets of Nairobi, that is Dadora, Embakasi, Umoja, all on the route of, these guys usually go aloud as a hawker, selling the clothes. I was part of that. Sometimes the business is bad. You go, you buy bananas, you go on the streets. At that time, it was very joyful when there is a traffic, because I can get a chance to sell bananas. It's a long story. But at the end of the day, because of the faith and commitment as a young person, my dream have been high, and I always know that my dream is still valid. So that is how I grew up, being expectant of a greater tomorrow. That's why every day in those 8 years, I have never been sitting. I was been working from one job to another job. To make the story short, it is through that commitment, it gave me the opportunity to come in Bahrain, whereby also I came in Bahrain miraculously.
So how did you, thank you for that, how did you know about Bahrain?
Yeah.
And how did you come to Bahrain?
Thank you for that. It was my line of duty as I was working, as I told you, as a hawker. And also the church where I used to attend in Kariobangi South, I met one sister whom that, it's a long story again. I was assisting someone who was like homeless, a person who needed to study in Nairobi, but they didn't she didn't have somewhere to stay because of the cost of living in Nairobi. You know, it's expensive. So I hosted her in my house. She was going to school. There is a lot of things were spoken at that time, but my sincere heart, I was helping genuinely. And the girl performed well, and her sister was working somewhere in Nairobi, and she found there is an interview. It was in a nation paper of Nairobi. So she gave me a connection. I went there for an interview, and that's how I found this, my former boss, who was an Arab from Bahrain. I did an interview, and after 3 weeks, I think even not 3 weeks, within a week, I was called. The visa was through, and also the ticket was paid. The agent was, was a very nice guy, because he assisted me. Kenya. Yeah, in Kenya. They assisted me well. I paid the commission that they needed in the office. And within a week, my journey was ready to come in Bahrain.
From a previous interview, where the person that I had a sitting with, he said that he came to Bahrain through a job visa through an agent. So he paid the agent and then came out here, and he came to find out. So in case somebody wants to know, is it legit to pay an agent back in your home country for you to get this opportunity to come to Bahrain?
Right.
What will be your take on that?
Okay. Now, at that time, in Bahrain, there were fairly few Kenyans, and I cannot compare that time and now. At that time, there was few agencies who were bringing Kenyans in Bahrain. Actually, I think we were very first people to come in Bahrain. That it was the year 2008. And so at that time, we went by ourselves to the agent's office. We did the interview in front of the sponsor.
The sponsor also was coming to the home country to do interviews himself.
Yes, I did interview in front of my sponsor, who was giving me job, traveling all the way from Bahrain to Kenya, and that's how I get connected. But I want now to clarify this, because of that time and this season. Many people, they usually go for an interview. They will be requested to pay a certain amount, and then they will not go to their company that they don't have any communication. They will only know that when they leave, or they are alive in the country of destiny. Yeah. Now, this I will want to confirm or to clarify two things. One, for me, I did an interview with the sponsor. Okay. So I was guaranteed. I knew that the salary I'm receiving from the day one in the office. And again, I knew where I'm going and who I'm going to meet. These are three important points usually bring contradiction today. You go to the office of agent, you do interview. The contract that you are signing you might, it is not 100% confirmed, because you will find that this is what I have been finding a big challenge, Esther. What you are signing in Nairobi, you find that in the destiny, the country of arrival, you find there is a different terms, because of two things. And I am not saying this, it is happened to all agents. Some they are genuine. You find that the salary that you are being promised in the office, because the agent want to sell, want to get more business, he or she will give a high expectations. And he will not, she or she will not tell you what you are going to find on the ground. He will only give you promises as the promise of Israel is going to the promised land. But on the arrival, you find many people are getting disappointed in a way that they give up, and they have a challenge in that country, on that company, and that is where the long journey and complaints starts. Now, let me go back one step for our viewers to understand. As an applicant, first you need to know the agent and the verification of registered agent. Because what happens is in Nairobi, if you're not be careful, and not only, I will not only speak this to Africa, to Kenyans, but also to Africans in general. First of all, don't be in a hurry. And I want to confirm what God says is yours, no matter how long it will take. Because what happens is, you will go and find someone on the way, maybe he is a hawker, I will call him a hawker, because he's like a middleman. He's just connecting you with the office. He will take the money that he wants. The office might, he's a broker. A broker is a hawker. Either way, they are a hawker of people of jobs. Okay? So, he will take money. Maybe the office where he is taking you is genuine. And let me clarify to people here for them to understand. The broker is not genuine. He will give you promises of this office, but maybe this office, if there is no good communication between you and the office, they might not understand what the broker have said to you.
Absolutely.
So you will do the interview, you will go, and to the life of the company where you are going, you will blame this office, but maybe the problem was not the office, was the broker. And when they will come to realize what the broker told you, that's why I want you as an applicant, even if there is a broker involved, at the moment you reach to the office of the agent, verify the information that you have received from the broker. Verify the papers that you are signing, verify your salary, and make sure don't be in hurry, because if that agency is genuine, they will allow you to have a copy of the document that you are signing.
Now, when you go to the agent and you've been taken by the broker, or you've gone to the agent yourself, how would you know that the job that they're offering you at the offer letter that they have given you is genuine, and that is going to be the same as when you come to Bahrain, and the employer is not going to change that?
Okay.
How can somebody verify that when they are still at home?
This is a very challenging question, because they will give you the papers in Nairobi, but at the moment you ask a copy, they refuse. That is one alarm. It is an alarm in your mind to tell you that something might not be 100% as the other side. Because the genuine agency might not give you the name of the company, because he or she will fear for you to go behind them and communicate with the company, and maybe they lose the business. And maybe they will fear again, in quotes, you might create another channel for other people, and lose the business. They lose the business. But if they will allow you to sign an agreement that you are going to get 150 BD, for example, they will tell you this is your contract, keep the copy with you, then that confirms me, or confirms to you that that might be, that person or that agent might be genuine.
Now the agent has given you, you have done everything with the agent, and now the agent tells you that you have a visa to come to Bahrain.
Right.
How do you know that it's legit and you actually have a visa?
The process is that after doing the interview, the agent will call you and tell you that your interview have gone through. We will give you a job, we will give you the visa, and you have to sign the the contract, or you have to pay our commission now, and then we will process your visa. Now, in that, you will be able to verify the contract and agreement, because there is no way they will make the visa without agreement.
Yeah.
So you will verify that the contract, the agreement in the office, you're okay with it. You give them a go ahead, and they will give you like a 1 week they will make the visa. And it is that now when they will tell you that the visa is available, they have to give you the copy to show there is visa. And that is where there is a challenge here. And I want to listen to me in this. Many people, even those who lose money, it is when they pay commission before the visa.
Okay.
But some agents, they are very straight and honest. They will tell you, you will pay our money after the visa have gone through. And that is why I will speak even to the agencies, those might be listening to us today, that it is good you verify, confirm the visa is gone through, let that applicant pay your commission, and pay the money is needed. That is after the visa, when it have gone through. Yeah.
How would somebody also by themselves find out about their visa without even checking with the agent?
Now, you will, after getting the code, because every visa have the number, there's a code number for the visa. So the agent will give you the visa copy. There is an applicant number of that visa. You can log in the LMRA, whereby you'll go and say on the website, you'll just type LMRA Express, just check on the website, or go to the website, check visa check, Bahrain visa check. Put there, when you put your passport number and the visa number, automatically it will give you visa, which visa do you have. Because sometimes you will be told you have a working visa. Only when you arrive in Bahrain, you find it's a visiting visa. And maybe the agent have taken the money. So how can you verify that? It is by logging in the website, the phone you have, check the visas in Bahrain, enter your passport number. It will ask you the passport number and application number. Put those two, because it is in the website, and then it will give you which visa do you have. If it is a working visa, it will take you directly and show you it is a working visa you have. That is one way to verify. And the second thing, maybe you want to know which company. Then go to the same website, check the LMRA system. There is a two category. There is a domestic and there is a normal skilled workers. When you express visa, and there is domestic visa. So if it is a skilled workers, that is in sales or any other jobs, you will just enter your passport number and your country, and then it will give you company and the whole protocol of your position. And now even when you are traveling from back home, you will know which company you are going. And let me clarify on this, because many people they are getting lost because of anxiety. And the second thing, because of the panic, and they don't want to wait. And I will, you allow me to confirm, to repeat these words. What God have said is yours is yours. If the agent is genuine, will give you the access of this information. And maybe if agent does not give, that's why you have to come to Darling channel, so that to search. So you need to come in this channels like this one, log in YouTube, check the information about Bahrain, do your own research, see the agencies in Bahrain. You can go in the website, click the agencies, click the company, registered companies. It is in the website. Do your research. How do people fail? And why people lose money? Or they come in the wrong people, the wrong companies? Because they don't want to struggle. They don't want to pay a little attention. Okay? You want to get a job today, and you want to be in the Airbus or in the airline, and go to the foreign country. Do a little research. And nowadays, it's not like the old days. Internet is connected. We have Android phones. You can log in your phone, check the registered companies in Bahrain, and then check the agencies which is in Bahrain, check the government websites, so you can be able to verify your visa. You can be able to verify your company even without involving your agent, because if the agent tells you you are going to Bahrain,
Yeah.
the first thing I will ask which company. Because you cannot send me to where I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And again, even if I am paying my commission, again, if it's a genuine person, will give me the information.
Yes.
But because of anxiety of our people, and again, I understand them, Esther.
Yeah.
Because we are in a country where there is no jobs.
Yeah.
Whenever you get a job, you don't want to ask many questions so that you not lose the opportunity.
Yeah.
But starting from our agents, those are our brothers and our sisters. We can build a new nation. We can build a new Africa. When even for you as an agent, if you want to be a good agent who have followers, then build your business from the scratch.
And let it be legit.
Yeah, be legit. Give the people a light information, light contracts. This information is to our African agents. At the moment you lie and you give a long information, the people you said in that country where they will go and start to fight back. Because let me say this and they don't understand, but maybe they will understand. The energy comes because of fulfilling the promises.
Yes.
If you said me in a certain company, telling me I'm going to get 150, Esther, and I get 100, of course, my energy is driven with what I receive.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You cannot have a cow and you want to milk every day, and you are not giving the food or the grass, and then you expect in the morning you are going to milk.
Yeah. So let me hold on that because I have a lot of questions for you that I need you to clarify.
Yes.
But before we move on, I want us now to come to Bahrain. So now you finished your paperwork and you are set to come to Bahrain.
Right.
What was your experience when you came into Bahrain?
Okay, as I stated earlier, we are the first people we came in Bahrain. Actually, I found few guys from Kenya in Bahrain. At that time, to see anyone from Africa, it was like a gold. My first experience was not good. One, the climate.
Okay.
It was so challenging because I left Kenya when it was cold, and when I arrived in Bahrain, I thought in Bahrain airport there is a warmers, there is something like that. I knew it is just something inside the airport. And I was expecting outside of the airport, I am going back to the normal climate. Only to realize that even in the airport, there was AC, whereby in Kenya, we don't have those things, only in few places. So when I came outside of the airport, it was even hotter. I came to realize even in the airport, I was favored by the climate of air conditioner. Right? Okay, luckily enough, the car that we boarded, there was AC. But when I arrived in the accommodation where I was to pay a night, oh my, things were different because I was feeling like I will faint. I was getting dehydrated. I have to look for water. I have to look for juices. And now I could find in the house there is air conditioners in the house. You know, in Kenya we enjoy the environment, the climate. So that was my first challenge. The climate itself. The second challenge was the working condition. What I was expected from when I was coming from Nairobi is to come to work for 9 hours. Now I started to work 12 hours. Sometimes it could go up to 17 hours. And the reason I am saying 17 hours, we were working in a private school. So at night, in the middle of the night, could have some work to be done. We were called to intervene and do it. We were doing different jobs, electricity, maintenance.
Not what was in the contract?
Some it was not in contract. So I remember at that time, the salary was on time. That one was a first achievement in Bahrain. And
also the salary they offered you when you were in Nairobi, when you came here, it never changed.
No. That is good. My sponsor kept the promise. I received the same salary that we agreed in Nairobi. But one challenge was when I was given the amount in Nairobi, I did not do the conversion. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was told this is the BDs that you're gonna receive. Then I did not get enough time to digest how much is the life cost of Bahrain, and how much if I convert it to in a Kenyan money, because I was having anxiety to go Bahrain and to go abroad.
I think what most people do is that when they are told this is the salary that you'll be getting, you convert it quickly and you see how much money it's going to be in Kenyan money.
Yeah.
But they fail to realize one thing, that as much as you're getting that money, you have your own needs as well.
Yes.
And you'll be using that money as well for your own needs. So you need to know how much will be remaining for you to support people back at home.
Yeah, and this is what I will clarify. Before you leave your home country, do the budget. Don't be happy because of the offer you have been given. See the cost of the life of the country that where you are going. Because you might be working, but maybe the taxes of that country and the salary that you are receiving, and maybe that company gives you accommodation or not. If you can be working, but at the end of the day, you see the expenses, it is better when you are in Nairobi. Because when you are in Nairobi, you will have some opportunity to work for business. You can be employed. You can do more than 2 jobs. But when you are live here, it's one company. Yeah. If you go to another company, you are violating the law of the land. So you will see the money you are receiving at the end of the day, after paying the electricity and other things and the rent and the internet, you will find that your savings, it is even lower than what you could get back home. So I do say, before you embark a journey to abroad, first investigate the cost of living in that country where you are going.
Yeah.
Okay, and then convert your money in shilling. Don't do it in dollars, because when you do in dollars, it will confuse your mind, and you have that desire to go and receive those dollars. But at the end of the day, do the calculation of the expenses and see how much you're gonna save. Then compare with your Kenyan opportunity, the opportunities that you have in Nairobi. If you vary and you see the weight is going to abroad, then go to abroad. But if you see in the same money you have for commission, it can start a business and you build that business, then it is better. I can advise you, use that commission, the money you could pay for commission, start a business and build it, be in your motherland. Because one thing that people, they don't understand, not that we enjoy everything in abroad. We lose the love of our families. We lose the celebrations, get-togethers, birthdays, some things we are watching on the screen.
Yeah.
So we are denied to see many things, Esther.
Yeah.
So when you are doing all this calculation, do this on the table, make one decision without being involved in the third party.
Yeah.
Because when you involve the third party, when you're gonna be in trouble in that country you go, you will blame the person who pushed you to go. So listen to people, but before you embark that journey, sit down and call yourself a meeting and make a one decision and involve God.
Yes.
And your desires and your feelings will guide you to make the right decision.
Amen. So now you've been, since that time when you came and you even had challenges, you never gave up. And you have been in Bahrain for 15 years.
Right.
So if you can just take us quickly through your journey in Bahrain and your progress from since that time you came up to where you are here, as a lot of people will be encouraged that when they come and start from wherever they have started, they can grow.
Yes, thank you. Esther, I am the firstborn of the family. And I carried my brothers as if I am a parent, because I could only be the direction of them. What I do, they will follow. And I knew that above me, nobody else I'm looking to, apart from my father and my dad. And for their work, they could not be able to feed me more enough, because now I am a grown-up. It is that commitment as a young person and having a great vision ahead, or I was desiring to have a great vision. I put all my dedication, and that's when I arrived in Bahrain. Regardless the working hours, I tried to sustain myself, saying I am a man, and I have come to work to change my future. So I struggled, but it reached the second month, things were too hard. And then the third month, we got another 2 Kenyans. We became 3 Kenyans working in the same position. After then, we discussed together and things were too hard for us. We resigned. And we told our sponsor, now we have to let us go back home.
Yeah.
Because, you know, working 17 hours, you are not even sleeping enough.
Yeah.
Esther was not, it was not easy.
Yeah.
But we had a very deep discussion.
Okay.
Till our sponsor accepted to reduce the working hours.
Okay.
And we told him, now I am a worker, you are my employer.
Yeah.
I come to work for you because your money could not work. So we are exchanging. Yeah, let us talk the truth.
Yes.
And you know, sometimes the spirit of fear, it have made many people to be poor.
Yeah.
See, in this world, if you want to be successful, stand on your ground, do the right thing.
Yeah.
And when you do the right thing, even the government will support you.
Absolutely.
The reason why I'm saying this, we told the sponsor, we don't want to stay here and continue, you know, to feel that we are humiliated, yet we come from our good country. We come here to work because we didn't have that enough money.
Yeah.
You have had money, but you needed the workforce.
Yeah.
That's why I came in praise.
Yeah.
I came to keep my promise and you keep your promise. So we agreed. The sponsor accepted to reduce the hours. And then we continued to work. I worked for 3 years, 6 months. Yeah, the first 2 years and some months I went back for vacation.
Okay.
And then I came back for the second contract, whereby I worked for at least 1 year, 6 months. I was to get 4 years. But again, because of lack of increment of the salary, it was the same.
Yeah.
And the life, you know, it keep on changing. I requested for increment, but my sponsor, because of his pocket, I cannot say that because I cannot demand what he cannot, because also I was understanding this is all about business.
Yeah.
So I told my sponsor, if your business cannot allow me to add more to top up my salary, I have to look for a green pasture. So I started to do the application. It was a very hard time because my sponsor did not accept.
Okay.
He told me, you have to stay here till when I will decide. Or after 4 years, I will decide. And this is where now I want people to understand there is something we call the law of the land. I mean, people, they are struggling because they don't want to come forward. Even when you are working, when you are life in that country, start to look what does the law of the land says. Because majority, they are getting being humiliated in one way or another, because they reached in the company, they started to work, they don't want to know where they are, the law of the land. They just stay. When they are told go this, they go that, go this, they go that, and they don't want to know what is the law of the land says. So I was very diligent because my father advised me before joining to this country. And he told me, when you are alive in the foreign country, the first thing you need to study is the law of the land. The second thing you need to have is the evidences if any incidents happened. So I started to keep my backup of every paperwork I'm receiving, either it is salary, either it is a contract that I signed with that company. I kept all the documents intact. And when I resigned, it started a long journey. It's a long story that made me to go through the court. For 1 year, 6 months, I was going to the court of Bahrain because my sponsor wanted to deport me. But the law of the land was telling me that after working for 2 years, I have a right to look for another company upon my willingly.
Okay.
And I have 30 days to stay in Bahrain without any force from my old sponsor.
Yeah.
And without visa. So because I studied the law, I went to the LMRA, and I want to congratulate the institutions of the government in Bahrain.
Absolutely.
And also LMRA. They supported me 100%. I get something called mobility. This is where maybe we will make another topic on that, because it's a longer topic, but I will just summarize the way our people can understand. There is somewhere called LMRA. LMRA is institution that deals with companies.
Yeah.
And it's a tool to all, not because of the citizens, but also to the expatriates. I went there, I told them my story. They came in, they listened to both sides. Actually, the LMRA does not favor any side. They do listen and they serve the justice. So they give me a mobility. Mobility, it's a document, allows you to shift from one company. Within 30 days, it have given an open space for the new sponsor can come in and make the visa. So I got the mobility, but before I realized, my sponsor refuses for me to join any other company.
Yeah.
So I put a case. We went to the labor ministry. I won the case that, and again, my sponsor refused. Then we went to the court itself of Bahrain, and the case was matured from the labor to the court itself. I was attending to the court for 1 year, 6 months, producing my evidences why I should be in Bahrain. And I found the favor from the courts of Bahrain. They gave me all my salaries, which was paid in by my sponsor, and my dues. And then they give me, they allowed me to have a new visa. And again, on top of that, I stayed in Bahrain for 6 months without visa.
And during this whole time, you didn't have a visa. Were you working?
Yes. No, because it is so unfortunate that the company, they threw me out.
Okay.
And I found that it was not justice.
Yeah.
But I found favor in the institutions of the government of Bahrain. So I struggled for 6 months to get the visa, but luckily enough, God gave me a company. They got an opportunity to make the visa. It went through after 6 months, and I continued to work again in Bahrain till today.
How has been your growth in Bahrain professionally?
I will say that one, because if you know that, now I will be able to answer your question, because you have to work for your career to go to another level. I can say the way I joined Bahrain, I'm not the same.
Yeah.
I can put my things in order. I have grown in business, and also my career have grown to another level. I started in a private school. I came in hospitality. I started to work in a hotel, and later on, now I'm working in a car leasing company, whereby I am in charge of the fleet. And I thank God. It is a growth because I started from down, and now I can say I am in another level, and it is all because of I had a desire to grow my career, and I worked on it. So
we thank God. We really thank God for how far He has brought you. Now, I will be asking you also about some questions that people are asking me, and I know they will be very, very happy to get some answers.
Right.
One of the things I will ask you is, a lot of people are asking me, can I get a job of my profession? And as I know in Bahrain is that you should get whatever you get first and then grow from there. What is your take on that?
Again, I will come to you, Esther, by saying mindset is important to every human being. If you go with what you studied, then you will remain poor. What I can say is, yes, you have a diploma or you have a certificate in a certain area, but that is not the end of the life. Start where you get an opportunity. Grow from there. I studied about business management and hotel.
Yeah.
But I could work in the hotel, but my dream was not there. I could still grow more than that, because that's why I started about the business, but I started working in a private school, a different industry. But I knew what I have started for, one day it will deliver. So what I can encourage for those who are looking for jobs, if you get that opportunity, start from there. Let your mindset know where you are heading. build slowly by slowly, and even you can be studying online to add more knowledge, to add more strength in your career, and one day, slowly by slowly, you will reach where you want to be. And many youths, they are poor because somebody wants to say that, I am a teacher. I want a teaching job. I cannot do any other job. Then you find that person have stayed for 6 months without that job, and there was a sales job which was there. Let me say this, by the way. It is better you work for 3 months for $50 rather than to be jobless for 3 months and you wait till when you get your job. This $50 for 3 months is $150. So it can change your life rather than to be jobless. So I can encourage those who are listening to us, take then any opportunity comes on your way, but don't forget about your dream. It's all about your mindset. It will make your destiny to be greater. That's what I can answer that's what I can answer your question.
George.
Yes.
If any Kenyan in Bahrain hear the name George, they will always say, George the pastor.
Yes.
Can you just tell us a bit about churches in Bahrain? Because a lot of people are asking me, do you have churches in Bahrain?
Okay. Thank you once again, Esther. About churches in Bahrain, there are many. And I will start by myself, how I came to know that there is churches in Bahrain. When I got a job in Bahrain, remember that in Kenya, I was serving God. And it came a time my mom knew that I'm a strong believer, and I put the word of God before me in anything I could do. So she knew that I had a Bible, and I never left the Bible out of my hands. So my mom told me she got an information from the neighbors, because they had information about Saudi Arabia and other countries. So she told me, you are going to Middle East, kindly leave the Bible here, because you're not close over the airport with it. I told mom, no, the word of God is in me and I cannot leave it. So I will carry my Bible. If they will return me back, I have to turn back home, because the God who provided me for that job, it's the God of this Bible. So I took my Bible with me, successfully. I closed over the airport, and I was looking the churches. I knew that there is one church was called Sacred Heart. It's a Catholic church. So for 3 months, I was not comfortable how and where to worship. But I was still doing it in the house, and I started to meet some few Kenyans, those I could know where they are. But one time I was in the bus going to the capital city called Manama, and I found one Kenyan who was attending another church called Philadelphia. His name is Harrison, and thank you, Harrison, wherever you are. You made me to know that there is church where I found myself comfortable. And that's where I started to fellowship. We started to reach out to Kenyans and to Africans. And with time, we started to speak the word of God in the streets, where we could meet Africans. We could stop them on the road. We could stop them in the bank, at the banks, and anywhere we could meet them. And from that, we started to invite them to the church. And by that, we started fellowship in the Church of Philadelphia as the African congregation. And it grown from 4 people. And if I can say today, we are more than 100 to 150 Africans under the same roof of the Philadelphia church, whereby we attend on Friday service in the morning, and on Tuesday we fellowship together as Africans in the evening 7:30. And along the journey, I was still reaching to Kenyans. Somewhere in this year, from January there, I met with a few Kenyans from different churches, because in Bahrain we have a freedom of worship and we have many churches. We found that many of our Kenyans are lost. And we sat down and we said, even if we are serving God, how will it look good when our people are getting lost?
Yeah.
So we put our church's beliefs and faith aside. We said because we are believers, we have to come together and negotiate how we can reach our people on the street. We talk to them as a counselor, and again we guide them how they can, not only because of the word of God, but also to help them to save, how they can work and they can help themselves with the resources that they are receiving. Because we come to discover that as you have done your research, there are some people, they are coming back from home, and when they are alive in Bahrain or any other foreign country, because they are out of their parents and authorities, they start to do things that they were not doing back home. You will find some people, even they were in church, or some people they were not drunkards, but because of the bad company of friends, when they meet here, if they lack the guidance, they start doing as their friends. And let me remind you before I go beyond that. I know you asked about the church, and I am bringing to you where we are today. They find themselves, when we come in Bahrain or any other foreign country, we are from different background, and I want them to listen to us. There is someone who is a breadwinner in their family. He came here in Bahrain because he wants to remain as breadwinner, and he's the only person who will deliver their family out of the poverty and the challenges. And there is someone who came here because their families, not because they don't have money. They wanted him to be out of the family to reduce the stress and pressure. When you find that person will be always party to party and drink one to two, and you know that luxury life, because they have money. But the parents, they wanted them to be here, but they have all whatever they need, but they wanted only to remove the stress. Now you come to occupy the stress, and you are the breadwinner, and when he or she is going back home, she's going in away of the family. But you, because you did not know what brought you in that foreign country, you go as a disappointed person and disappointment to the to your family. It is that reason we came together as believers from different churches, those who are Kenyans. We negotiated, and we said now the time have come. We reach our people, those who need counseling, those who need Jesus, those who need to understand the word of God, those need to know how they can work on with their salaries. And Esther, we have started to reach many on the streets, and we came up with a Swahili service. We started as a number of around 10. Actually, it goes from 3 to 5 to 10. And today we are talking about 150 members, Kenyans only. Those who are attending Swahili service, and we have only 4 months because we started the month of February. And now, I think now we are in August. And we have come to know that many people are dying in houses because they found or they joined the wrong company of friends. And now we are coming in as a solution to tell them there is good friendship. People that they can tell you about the future. The people that they can tell you that the little money you are getting, you can be able to become a CEO one day. But when those people you are moving with, there are people that tell you, let us go for a birthday, let us go for this party, let us go for drink 1, 2, 3. They will not tell you about the truth of the destiny. Let us talk the reality today. If today you are not married, or you are bachelor, or you are single, if you want to become a father, you want to become a mother, you have to start a foundation today. If you find the wrong friends, the time you will become to get married, that's why you see there is some marriages that are coming together within a month, within 2 months, that marriage is broken. Because where you got that girl that you are calling wife, maybe it was in the club. What are you expecting? You will end up in the club. But if you are a well-builded, not only with people they fear about the word. I don't know why they fear the word, and the owner of the word is God, and it is the God provider of their lives. Okay? So what people they lack is information. And what I wanted to say, if you find a wife from a good foundation, that marriage will last longer. Let me come back to your question about the church.
And
so
also let me know.
Yes.
So is Philadelphia, is it all just Kenyans, or you have other nationalities?
Thank you. Philadelphia Church is a registered church in Bahrain by the government of Bahrain. It is a a wide church with 13 different language groups. That means it's all nationalities. We worship under one roof. But in the middle of the week, we are divided in groups that we Africans, we come and we worship with our language. We have Indians. They come, in the India, there is different languages. So there is a group of, a certain group of India, they will come and meet a certain day of the week. But on Friday, we come all together, whereby the church have a membership of over 2,000 members in Bahrain as members of the church. So it's a big church, but it is divided in the middle of the week. We worship in our way, in our home languages. Okay. It have given us that freedom. So church in Bahrain is available. I want to thank the government of Bahrain, the Loyal Kingdom, the Loyal family, for giving us an opportunity to exercise that worship. The freedom of worship. I don't take it for granted. And may God bless them, because we don't take it for granted. Thank you.
So George, I know that you have been helping a lot of people in Bahrain.
Yes.
Anybody who has an issue, they will call you, they'll help you. I know you are a representative of Kenyans.
Yes.
But do you go out of the way and also help out other nationalities?
It's a good question. Actually, I do. And when I was helping Kenyans on my way, sometimes I go to the police station or to the hospital, and I find some, maybe it's a doctor or is an officer asking me, this guy is from Africa, do you help? And I have to engage and know if he or she is from Uganda. I have now again to go to my data and see if there is a representative of Uganda. And luckily enough, we have representatives of Uganda. So I will direct such a person to that contact to the reader, So by answering your question is, I don't only help Kenyans or Africans. I help every man from any nationality, so long as you are a creation of God. I meet even an Indian on the way needing a help, and I will stop my car, or I will start, and I will have a talk with him, and I will listen to him. So I help all people so long as you are a man. Yeah, so I don't differentiate I don't differentiate about the country. So long as you are a needy person, and I'm in a position to help, I help all, because that is why I was called for. Yeah. That is what I was called for.
And of course, God will continue, blessing you and enlarging your territories. So George, one other thing, or let me take you back to the questions that we have, and some answers that you can clarify.
Yes.
And give us more knowledge on. One of the things is that some people have come to Bahrain, they came through an agent, they had a work contract and have this salary. They come to Bahrain, the contract is changed, and they also have, the salaries are changed and everything. Now, is there a way that somebody can be helped? Secondly, some people come here to Bahrain and they have come with a certain visa, and agents tell them that once you get to Bahrain, we'll give you a job. And they come here, they don't get that job. How, as somebody who is working as a representative and as well have been here for long, how can this be resolved?
You should go to LMRA immediately. If they tell you in the first day, even you don't need to report to the job. One thing, ask yourself whether you have that contract from Nairobi.
You have to have it.
You have to have it, because when you go to LMRA, you have to show with the evidence, this is the contract I signed. If you have that confidence that I signed for 150 and you come, you give me 80, take this contract you signed, go to the labor ministry or to LMRA, tell them table to the LMRA. And I want to for our viewers to understand, before the company makes the visa, there is a contract. The one you signs, it usually go to the LMRA. Yeah. And anyone who is listening to us, if you want to know your contract, what it says, take yourself to the LMRA. They are very genuine, they are very honest, they do assist. tell them to print out your contract. You will be able to see what is written there and if it is your signature.
Yeah, because when they are processing your video, when you are processing your visa ID,
yes,
they have to give the contract that they are employing you with to LMRA for your visa
processing
to be accepted.
Yes. Yeah, every worker who is in this island, their contracts, they are in LMRA. If you have a doubt, even before you start fighting with your sponsor, even the time you are alive in Bahrain, and you find that there is a different terms, even if you don't have a copy that you signed with your agent back in your country, instead to start a problem after working, go directly to the LMRA, tell them that I am a new joiner in this country, I'm joining this company, I found that what they are telling me is not what it was told back home, I want to have a printout of the contract which is submitted to you, and it must have bear your signature. So if you signed it in Nairobi, it have to come with that signature to the LMRA.
So the contract that is under LMRA has to be submitted to me in Kenya or in whichever country.
In whichever, so there or here. Yeah.
Before they submit it to LMRA.
Yes.
Okay.
It cannot be submitted.
On my behalf.
Nobody can sign on your behalf. That's what I'm saying. Whether you signed it in back on your country, whether you signed it in Bahrain, whenever it goes to LMRA, it will bear your signature. So that's why you need, before you make a trouble in the company, go to LMRA, tell them your story, request for printout of your contract, go through it, see if it's what you agreed with your sponsor, and again, see if it bears your signature. If you see your signature is not the same, address it to LMRA. They are more than willing to assist you and start your game from there. So onwards, you'll be able to know whether you are continuing with that company or you need your grievances to be listened by the LMRA and the LMRA to support you. Neither it is to go back to your country or it is to look for another job in the island. And that's why I was clarifying that for many people to understand. Many people, they don't know that whenever you are employed, you have a visa in that company, your contract is in LMRA. Signed by you. Nobody can sign on your behalf.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the other thing is like, what is the standard? What is the standard contract? How many years should I work in one company?
2 years.
Okay.
After 2 years, you can be able to shift from one company to another. And there is another important thing people they need to understand, and we need to educate them. Everyone who is in this island, you need to verify whether your mobile number it is registered to the LMRA system. This it will ease communication. As I told you, LMRA they do speak to all.
Okay.
And they will give you your status of your visa now and then.
Okay.
If there is any interaction with your visa or with your line of your in the system, they will send you SMS directly. So for those who are listening to us, verify your mobile number with the LMRA, so that even when the visa, there are some people the visa it expired a long time ago, or it was cancelled,
and they will say,
and when they come to me, when they come to me, I will check in the system and I will tell person, your visa was cancelled this day and that day, and they say, I was not aware. That means you have not verified your line. How can you do that? There is 2 means to do it. You can call number 995. This number belongs to LMRA, does not charge, and it is available 24 hours. Call 995, verify your number whether it is there, or any question relating with your workplace, you can call 995 and they will assist you. Point number 2, go to the LMRA portal in the website. Just it will give you the details there. Follow the procedure. Verify by yourself. You don't need an agent. You need your mobile, and you can be able to verify your mobile number by yourself with your own mobile. And now you will be getting updates from the LMRA directly from you. Even when there is interaction of your visa by your sponsor or anyone, you will be able to receive information on time.
Okay, thank you so much, George.
Yes.
The other thing I want to ask, inquire from you is one of the questions that people have been asking me.
Right.
Yeah, and it is, how can I transfer my housemaid visa to work visa, and legally?
That is another area, and that is a very good question actually. A majority, those who are domestic workers, they don't have information.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe because of communication, or they always are in the house, or maybe they don't have a social connection most of times. I want to clarify to them that even if you are a domestic worker, after completing your 2 years, you have a right in this island to be given an opportunity to look for another job, not only as a domestic worker, but in any other job. But how to go about it? I want them to listen very carefully in this point. If you finish your contract with your sponsor, let your sponsor know within that day's time. Verify to him, inform him that I don't want to continue, don't renew my contract. And actually it is good even you say before even 2 months, because remember, in Bahrain, you need to renew visa if it is possible 6 months to 3 months in that gap. Don't wait till it gets expired. And now you need to start communicating with your sponsor. Put him in picture that you are not renewing
for somebody else to work.
I understand them, Esther, because many they fear, they say, George, if I inform my sponsor, will start to maybe report me, will harass me, or I tell them no. You have a right to do that work. You have a right also to put aware to your sponsor. And I said, wear the shoe of your sponsor as well. If you tell your sponsor today, I don't want to work, I want to go, I also wear the shoe of your sponsor. She requires somebody to work in his house. If you just live within 24 hours, again, that is a challenge. You have not done the fairness, right?
Of course, also as well as they use their money to get you to work and to documentation.
So I do say, so long as you are doing the right thing, you should not fear. So long as you are doing the right thing, even the government will support you. So long as you are a genuine. Inform your sponsor that, sir or madam, I don't want to continue to renew, or don't renew my visa. If the sponsor does not comply with that, and maybe in case, because all people are not the same, some they might react. If they react, there is a corridor of justice. And I do say, you have my number, give your sponsor my number, or call 995. The reason why you are giving my number, I am a representative. I can have a talk with your sponsor, and we look about the situation. I can be able to speak and make him understand why you don't want to renew the contract. And many domestic workers, they don't know that they have that right to change from domestic worker and to come and work outside. Because some they will tell, no, you don't have a right to do so. But I want to clear here that it is possible to change the work from domestic worker to work in skilled work, so long as you have skills on that. But how to go about it? These are where many people are wanting to hear. When you agree with your sponsor, some sponsors, they will set you free. They have to give you no objection letter. They have to cancel the visa and give you cancellation visa, cancellation page. They need to give you the passport. And with those 3 documents, your new sponsor can be able to apply for a new job or a new opportunity or new visa.
A lot of people do not have, I don't know, they don't have the patience to do all this, or they just come, they work, and then they run away, and now they become runaways. Now they want to get into the system properly. Where do they start from runaway to being to get a work visa? Where do they start from?
I will start by answering that we should avoid running away. How? These documents, some sponsors might hesitate to give you. The right thing to do is, that's why I said, let the sponsor have my number, we can have a talk. If that does not work, call 955 to get the information and guidance. If that one you get some guidance, and you can request your sponsor to surrender you to the nearest police station, because the police actually, they will call us to come to receive our Kenyan or our person, and that is where we will request for these 3 documents. We will do it legally, and I do advise our people, it is good to do or to go through the institutions. Don't walk out from your sponsor's house and say, because I finished 2 contract or my sponsor have set me free, let me go. That's where you find a Kenyan goes outside there within 30 days, does not have a job, or maybe you go outside there and the case changes. Maybe your sponsor says, I did not give him permission. What will guarantee that the sponsor gave you permission to go? It is going through legally, and that is going through the police station. If your sponsor does not take you to the nearest police station to do it illegally, one does not cooperate with the embassy, there is a police station that he can go and do it legally, or the LMRA. So you can start with the police. If the police, at the moment you leave your sponsor's house, any case can come against you. So there is 999. If the sponsor does not comply with this, with all this, talking to your embassy or talking to the LMRA, doing it smoothly, then call 999, tell them your problem. They will help you. They will tell you, maybe they will advise you to go to the police station, or they will talk with your sponsor on your behalf and do things smoothly. Or maybe in another case, they will tell you, we are coming for you. So we should avoid running away. Let us use the legal way. That's why representatives, they are there to help you, and the government to help you. So call 999, call 995. We should not record runaway case in Bahrain. Unless I receive, because that incidents, it do happen. I receive someone from police station, that person promises to get a job within 30 days as per the law of Bahrain, and after 30 days does not have a job, and she switch off the phone, she go underground. That is automatically is a runaway. Some people, they come, they tell me, Georgie, I did not run away. I was received by a representative from the police station, but why there is a runaway case in the system? It is because when I received you, after 30 days, you did not make the visa. You did not make an extension. You went quiet for 5, 6, 7 months. Automatically, that is a runaway. That is overstay. Yeah. So for the sponsor to be responsible, he have all rights to put a runaway case against you, because people, they don't understand that this one is very important, Esther. Even if you are outside, even if your sponsor cancelled the visa, you will remain under the name of your sponsor till the time your new sponsor will make a visa. People, they don't understand this. Yeah. And that is why your sponsor have a right after 30 days to put a runaway case. Why? Because if you go outside there and you fall and you die, your sponsor will be responsible for the repatriation of your body and the consequences. And
this includes even if your sponsor have cancelled your visa,
right,
you're still on with him.
You will remain under his name until the new sponsor makes a new visa. Yes.
Even if your visa is cancelled.
Yes.
Okay.
And many people, they don't understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move forward, George.
Let me answer you on that regarding now legalizing the runaways. That is what you asked. Now, if you know that you are a runaway, please, there is 2 ways. Check a new sponsor, check a new job. You have 2 ways. Talk to your sponsor nicely for him or her to remove the runaway case from you, and then you can legalize your papers, or your new sponsor to talk to your old sponsor. They agree. If that one does not work, submit yourself to the nearest police station. Let the sponsor come there, go through the full procedure of the court. Tell the judge, I have this and that. This is what I am requesting my sponsor to do. The court will talk with your sponsor. And if the favor falls on your side, then the runaway case will be removed. And there must be a commitment of the new sponsor to say that I am reliable and I am going to provide a visa. This is how to legalize the runaways. Another thing is, there's no shortcut. You have to go through that procedure. All the government gave us earlier about the freight visa for those who have overstayed. Then you can go submit yourself to the LMRA, tell them your story. If you find favor and accordance with the law, then you will be given a fresh visa that you can work in the area of your career and live in Bahrain as a legalized person. Those are two procedures to use.
Yeah, okay. A lot of people are coming in with visit visa. Now, I have seen some posts on Facebook where they're advertising, oh, I'm an agent, I'll get you a job. And one of the things they're saying that once you get a visit visa with them, they are going to give you a guaranteed job, job once you arrive in Bahrain. And we have seen cases, even the other weekend, we had somebody who was, screaming on the streets because he was cheated by the agent. When he got here to Bahrain, there was no job. We have also cases of people who have killed each other because, they got here, there was no job. So, according to the Bahrain law, once somebody gets here and they don't have that job that they were promised, and the agent is here in Bahrain, how can the government help them, to get their money back and to, all these people? What can they do?
One thing you need to understand, Esther, when you are coming from your homeland, you need to understand that if you are coming with a working visa, you need to know that it is illegal. And I want to answer. Yeah, I want to answer you in that in two ways. One, you embarked your journey or impact your journey to come for visit. As the law of the land, you are coming to visit. Psychologically, know that you are coming to work. To visit.
Yeah.
Okay, and if there is a promise that your agent have given you, let there be a paper on the hard. That and I ask, and this is what we need to ask for those who are listening to us. Why should your agent make you to travel with a visiting visa, yet there is a connected company?
Yeah.
They will provide you the visa. Then why should you require a visiting visa to go to join the company? Right?
Yes.
So let us be genuine as a human being. You are coming to, psychologically you know that you come with a visiting visa, but you are coming to try. So if the game got sour, just notice between you are not honest, and you buy that dishonest from your agent. It is between both of you. But again, we don't blame them. It is because of lack of jobs in our country. Because if there was jobs, nobody could accept to come the visiting visa to come and try harak. But finally, there is a company will tell you, we want you to come with a visiting visa. We do an interview for you. I want to clarify that for people to understand. Maybe the agent back home is genuine. Okay. He have a person on the ground. He tell, I will send these people to you with a visiting visa. Let them do an interview. If you find them correctly, they can travel back and you make a visa, bring them back. There can be that scenario. And again, the government of Bahrain, if you are lucky enough, you come with a visiting visa, and you find favor in a certain company, it gives you the visa, then a government does not have objection on that. They do allow, and you can make visa. So by answering on that is, you can come with a visiting visa in Bahrain to visit, because I don't want to be misquoted, to visit. But if the favor of God comes on your way, before you go back home, you find someone on the way, I tells you, why are you going back home? I have a visa for you. Then the government does not have objection on that.
Yeah.
But put in mind that you are coming for visit and you cannot work with the visiting visa.
Now, George, thank you so much for your time. Thank
Welcome.
you so much for all the answers that you have given us. And I hope that you are going to honor our invitation again, so that we can come and, have follow-up questions and answer our follow-up questions. Thank you so much, and we really, really appreciate. Now, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for, subscribing. Thank you so much for commenting and sharing. Once again, we say, please be on our channel, put your notification bell on so that you can get more of information about Bahrain. We really, really appreciate, and we say Thank you.